right now. All right. Yes, the Detroit Lions are the number one scoring offense in the NFL. But guess what? The Buffalo Bills are the number 2, and the difference is by 1.2 points. Two offensive powerhouses are going to go at it. And let me tell you exactly how it's going to get done. Obviously, this Buffalo Bills team has some defensive issues based off of the LA Rams matchup this past week. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, Sean McDermott, his entire career, has never given up more than 30 points 2 games in a row outside of the year 2020. He ended up winning the game anyway. So it's very rare for Sean McDermott's defenses to allow more than 30 after the fact. This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but this is one thing I really want to throw out there, and keep on spamming Go Bills in the chat, fools. Keep on doing it. What I want to say is that a lot of people might think that this is an unpopular take, but the defensive game plan we had against the LA Rams, in my opinion, was the correct game plan. It is what we had to do based off of personnel. We wanted to focus on stopping the run, and we did, right? We held Kieran Williams to 3 yards per carry, 29 carries. That, in general, via a box score, suggests that we did a good job at taking that piece away. What we were relying on was our ability to take the football away. And if you think about it, not necessarily a bad game plan, because this Buffalo Bills team has been taking the ball on average about 2 times per game. Obviously, last weekend, it did not happen. We were going up against a quarterback who is number 1 in attacking zone coverage. This week, complete opposite. We are going up against a quarterback who struggles against zone coverage. All 10 of his interceptions were thrown in zone coverage. So what my game plan for this Lions offense is again, a lot of cover 1, a lot of stacking the box. Do whatever we can to mitigate David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs right up the middle. Hold them to around 3.1, 3.2 yards per carry is what it is, and make Jared Goff end up tossing the football. His stats are incredible. They really are. But here's the thing. This Lions team is throwing the ball the 5th least amount in the entire NFL. This team is a run-first sort of team. That is their bread and butter. And Jared Goff is not throwing the football as much as most quarterbacks in the NFL. We have to go on ahead and make him toss the football at the end of the day. Zone coverage is not as easy for Jared Goff as it was for Matthew Stafford. I like that defensive game plan. They're obviously going to get theirs. But when you shift over to the Buffalo Bills offense, we have to understand that they have a defense that currently has 14 players on the IR where it stands by itself. I have been salivating over the matchup of Khalil Shakir going up against a gentleman by the name of Amik Robertson, who has a 49 coverage grade. 49. That is going to be a very favorable matchup with Khalil Shakir. We have Amari Cooper against a rookie corner in Terrion Arnold, who I absolutely am salivating over that matchup. We have a return of Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid, and Dawson Knox. And we also have a offensive line that did not give up a sack all game against the LA Rams this previous week. And the LA Rams pass rush is significantly better than the Detroit Lions pass rush at their current state. So I think that this is a recipe for this offense really to be able to go out there and put up 30 points. This team has put up 30 points for the past 8 games in a row. I do not see that being much of a difference. The key for this game for the Buffalo Bills is taking the football away. That is all it is. We have to take the football away, whether or not that it is an interception, it is a fumble recovery, whether or not that we need to make a play on special teams. That is basically the differentiator of how we win this game, is taking the football away. I have the Buffalo Bills winning 38-28 in I'd say a relatively comfortable win.
Wow. You've given up 28 points?
Yep.
That's it?
You're going to limit the Lions to 28 after you gave up how much to the Rams?
So did you hear anything I said, or were you zoning out watching your Knicks get bashed?
Well, they already lost then. That's been done. They've been lost.
Yeah. I mean, I had no idea what Richie was doing. Like he's all sad about his Knicks or something like that. Like Richie, I said the exact same thing. I said, listen, we are talking about 2 different scenarios. That we were going up against a quarterback like Matthew Stafford, who is the number 1 QB against zone coverage, and we are going up against a quarterback in Jared Goff that has thrown 10 interceptions on the year, and it has all been against zone coverage. So I like the defensive game plan we had against the Rams. The problem was that we weren't able to generate turnovers. I think this week's going to be different.
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be a classic shootout. I really, really do. I mean, you looked at the over-under on BetUS. You got the Rams and the Lions and the Bills at this game. Pretty even, right? It's even. +1 are the Bills. But the over-under's at 54.5.
Smash the over, baby.
Damn.
Smash the
Damn,
boy.
54.5 points, man. You are smashing
Smash
that
the
over.
over.
If you're on BetUS, man, definitely go check them out. The #1 online sports book. But it's going to be a game, man. This could be. Let's start off with this. Is this the Super Bowl preview?
Maybe.
No.
Dude, this would be a good Super Bowl.
Will it happen?
No, it won't.
Or will it be the Vikings versus the Chargers or something that no one sees coming, right? Like that's
I'd be okay with that too.
So I feel like this game is going to be classic, and I think it's going to come down to who's able to create the turnovers. I do agree with Dan. It's going to be about the turnovers in this one. And I'm just not someone that's really bought on the train of the injuries to the Detroit Lions defense. I think that their coaching staff, Aaron Glenn, is proven to be one of the best defensive coordinators in football. He may be a head coach. He may even be the Jets' next head coach. He has ties to the Jets organization. Draft first-round pick from the Jets, by the way, back in the day. Aaron Glenn is a really good defensive coordinator. All the hype is about Ben Johnson. I feel like when you think about the Lions, like, oh, Ben Johnson. Aaron Glenn does not get enough credit, man. He is an absolute stud. He has that defense winning, no matter who's playing, no matter who's hurt. But I think this game is really going to come down to if Josh Allen is able to withstand the Detroit Lions offense, which we've seen, history says that he can. I mean, Josh Allen has been able to put the team on his back, score points at will. So is Jared Goff. And we've seen something this season from the Detroit Lions that it feels like is so different, and that is fourth down, going for it. So aggressive. You better hope that you get those fourth down stops on defense, because you're not facing off against a team that's just, you got to, hope to get a third down stop. If it's 4th and 3, even 4th and 5, even 4th and 7, he's going to go for it at some points. And you better hope that Dan Campbell starts to go for a little bit too much and you take advantage of it while they don't get the conversion. So that's going to be a key that I'm looking at. How aggressive does Dan Campbell get? And is he going to capitalize on those? How are you going to be able to stop Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery? Sonic and Knuckles, right? That's one of the best, if not the best, running back duos in the NFL. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Laporta. I mean, their offense is so deep and so detailed. I think that they are the better offense than the Buffalo Bills, personally. I think they have the better talent. The only thing that the Bills have over them is the quarterback. Not to say Jared Goff is not a beast. I think he is. But I really just trust what the Detroit Lions has done, and I'm going to take the Lions in this game in a shootout. I think it's going to be a 41-38 game, and the Lions are going to get the ball last, and they're going to go for it on fourth down, and it's going to be a classic Dan Campbell type of bite your kneecap type of game. Josh Allen has a phenomenal game, but he just is not able to win because his defense fails him yet again, and that's going to be the same narrative heading into the next game for the Bills. Is their defense an issue that we have to look for in the playoffs? It doesn't matter how great Josh Allen the offense is if their defense keeps failing. And I know that this is a different matchup, and they got to force the turnovers. The Rams are a different team than the Lions. I get all that. But I've seen the Detroit Lions just run up the score on anybody. And now they're going up against a team that is coming off an absolute abysmal performance defensively. So I think that Detroit Lions and Ben Johnson is going to take full advantage of that Buffalo Bills defense and just completely go wild offensively, and it's going to be too much for the Bills to handle. But it's going to be a game that everybody is going to enjoy. It's going to be a classic one, that is.
Goldie.
It's going to be a great game, man. Like, this game is going to be a lot of fun. The Detroit Lions are a great team. They're getting better each and every single year. They haven't lost a game since week 2. They only have one loss on the season. This is going to be a true test for the Buffalo Bills. What can we expect from them in the postseason? You just had a rough loss to the Rams. Now, you were able to come back in the fourth quarter, make it a close game, get yourself back in it. I could see this being a game where, Khalil Shakir has a really good game. Josh Allen has a really good game. He goes off, but the Buffalo Bills do still lose. Like I said, I'm going to be watching this one close, because if they're able to come away with this game, or at the very least, they're able to make them competitive and come down to the wire, the Bills are a team to watch. But if they get absolutely blown out, this game is not even close, then we're going to come back here next week on Monday saying the Buffalo Bills are a good team. They're going to make the playoffs, but are they going to make a playoff run? Are they a team that's going to go to the AFC Championship game? Probably not. All eyes are on the Buffalo Bills in this game. Josh Allen, you're playing great football, but to win games, it doesn't just matter what one specific player does. It matters what the team is able to do. And last week, we saw that Bills defense get absolutely humbled. This is going to be their test and their opportunity to bounce back. I think it's going to be a close game. Like I said, the Detroit Lions, they've only lost one game, but they've played some close games this season, and especially against some suspect teams at times, but I am going to take the Detroit Lions. I think that they are the better roster. They're the better team. They're my Super Bowl favorites, not just to go for the NFC, but to also win the Super Bowl. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions 35-32.
35-32. I know. I do. Wow.
Sorry, buddy.
We got a lot of haters in here. Bills Mafia. Spam Go Bills in the chat. TD, go ahead.
Did Richie take the Lions?
He did.
Did Kobe take the Lions?
He did.
Yeah.
The disrespect is real, Dan. The disrespect is real.
That's what I'm saying.
You've been disrespecting Josh Allen for years. What you mean the disrespect is real?
Listen, Josh Allen's been a better quarterback this year. He hasn't been turning the football over, and I got to
clip it.
Okay.
Wow.
First of all, Dalton Kincaid and Keon Coleman practiced today. That's a good sign for the Buffalo Bills. Listen, the Bills are on a mission. They're focused. This is going to be the biggest test of their season, bigger than the Chiefs, in my opinion. And I think that they're up for the challenge. And I'm liking the Bills to only lose by 20 in this one.
Oh, my. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Man,
so I'm a hater for saying by 3?
What are we talking about, man? The Lions about to dog stomp the Buffalo Bills. This ain't even gonna be close. Like, come on, y'all. Let's just be 100 here. All y'all Bills fans in the chat, well, TD's a hater. TD's a hater. Man, y'all about to get smoked, man. Y'all like for real. Like, y'all about to get toasted. Man, Jared Goff probably gonna be the leader in the MVP when this is all said and done. Josh Allen, y'all gonna put up 22 points, 23 points, somewhere in that range. The Lions putting up 42. They coming in to make a statement. They're coming in to make a statement. Buffalo gonna be in it at first. They're gonna be going back and forth, but the Lions gonna take off when it's all said and done. They're the more superior team. If you give up that amount of points to the Rams, the Lions probably gonna add another 20% on it, but I'm going to give them 42 in this one. Lions getting over 40 points, ladies and gentlemen. They are getting over 40 points, all right? But the Bills, on the other hand, no, the Lions are not the Rams, okay? You're not putting up no 42 on no Lions. You'll be lucky to get to 28, but I got you getting to 20, 23, or 24. Let's just be honest here. Josh Allen can't do it all by himself. You know, Josh Allen can be a superhero against all the bums, but the rest of the team gonna show up. I don't think you got nobody else that's gonna show up. You ain't got nobody else that's gonna show up in a heavyweight fight. Where were they